One of the biggest debates throughout the Naruto series is who is the strongest AKATSUKI member. Before we get started, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to the channel. I'm here to stay and I plan to make Naruto content all the time. So if you love Naruto, subscribe to your boy. Let's get it. So of course, with this question, there's ultimately never going to be a direct answer on who would truly win because we're not Kishimoto and we don't write the story. But with that being said, we can definitely speculate and use our knowledge on the series and the power system to come up with an answer. Before we get started, we need to acknowledge that most of the AKATSUKI are certainly Kage level ninja with extremely destructive and explosive power levels. And I'm talking very explosive. And we're not going to beat around the bush here. The debate ultimately always comes down to this guy, and this guy. And the best way to estimate this outcome is to imagine a battle royale, and we're going to speculate who would come out on top at the end. And we can't have any unfair scenarios like, oh, Obito's just gonna hide in the Kamui dimension the whole time while Itachi and Pain fight. Like, come on, bro. Where's the fun in that? I also want to give an honorary mention to this badass Kizume because a lot of Naruto fans just seem to forget that he is that guy. Any man that smiles when the ribcage is showing is a fucking problem. If Killer B and the Raikage didn't jump Kizume, it would have been game over for B. That's something Sasuke couldn't even accomplish. And we certainly have to use the Akatsuki forms because everything else would just be unfair and unbalanced. So no Edo Itachi and no War Arc Obito. Like, War Arc Obito is undoubtedly stomping both Akatsuki versions of Itachi and Pain. And using Itachi's Edo Tensei form would just be unfair since he has unlimited chakra and he doesn't have the drawbacks of the excessive use of the Mangekyo Sharingan. And it is debatable whether Pain is stronger when Nagato is in control as a whole, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. So first, let's talk about these characters' main abilities and what makes them special. We all know that the Kamui is Obito's main power source, which makes him completely broken throughout the entirety of the Naruto series. The main issue motherfuckers were facing in Naruto was just being able to touch Obito. He was invincible for a very long time. People seem to forget though that Kakashi had the far range abilities of Kamui. He was able to no scope motherfuckers, but Obito had the close range abilities. And for Itachi, it's definitely the Amaterasu, the Susanoo, and the Tsukiyomi. If we reflect back on all of Itachi's previous fights, any motherfucker that made eye contact with him was gonna lose. You cannot look Itachi in the eyes. And Pain's abilities and arsenal are just completely broken, mostly because they're so diverse. Like, we got the Diva path, the Ashura path, the human path, the animal path, the Paretta path, the Naranka path. This shit is crazy. Even though Pain surely has an edge with his variety of techniques, Obito and Itachi do have access to the Izanami and Izanagi. What I'm trying to say is that puts techniques on an equal playing field if we're considering all the jutsus that these characters have in their arsenal. So when it comes to battle royales, IQ and strategy are definitely determining factors when it comes to getting the victory. Strength and powers isn't always going to be the determining factor to see who's going to get the win. So with that being said, who's truly the smartest character out of these three? And none of these characters are lacking in intelligence in the slightest, but there are definitely some characters who exceed others in certain categories. Ultimately, it's pretty difficult to decide who's the smartest out of these three, but I'm sure most of us can agree due to the events of the Naruto series, it goes Itachi first, Obito second, and Pain third. The third Hokage stated that Itachi was able to think like a Hokage at the age of 7. That's props to little bro, cause most 7-year-old ninja were picking their nose doing hood rat shit. And come on, Obito single-handedly manipulated the entire shinobi world to believe he was the ancient legend Madara Uchiha. And this isn't me saying Pain isn't tactical in battle, it's just that the other two have shown us much more battle experience, so it's safer to believe from what we've seen that they're smarter. I definitely think in this battle royale scenario, Obito and Itachi would be on defense for the majority of the fight. Destructive attacks like the Almighty Push or the Shubaku Tensei are just way too hard to avoid. Although it pains me to say this, with Obito's knowledge and battle experience exceeding Itachi's, I do believe Itachi would be the first to be eliminated just due to the poor situation he's put in. And let's talk about the Naruto versus Pain fight real quick. People need to realize that Pain still had some fight left in him. Unpopular opinion, but talk no jutsu saved Naruto. We never considered that Nagato gave up willingly. The fight ended peacefully. At this point of the Naruto series, Pain was the literal introduction to the Sage's 6 paths. If we reflect back on the Naruto series, we can tell that Pain or Nagato was the starting point of how the power system was going to evolve from this point on. The man was literally considered the reincarnation of the Sage's 6 paths because of how rare it was to see somebody with 2 Rinnegan. Having 6 individual bodies linked in combat where your ocular vision is connected is some bullshit. Y'all Y'all remember Hanzo the Salamander? The man that was able to take on the 3 Sannin by himself? Yeah, Nagato punked that boy and his crew all by himself. Stop playing with him. Ultimately though, it can go in any direction considering the defensive and offensive plays these Akatsuki members decide to take during the battle. And like I said, Kishimoto is the man with the answer, but it's definitely fun to speculate and we can come to our own conclusion. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be making much more Naruto discussion videos like this, so if you love Naruto, subscribe to your boy. Let's get it.